IKhanWhisper here with another Cooking with Khan. This time we're gonna make a spicy jalapeno baked salmon. So let's start out here cutting up our jalapeno into pretty good sized chunks to start, or slices I mean. I'm just gonna use one jalapeno, but one pretty giant jalapeno. And then I'm gonna take some of it and gonna dice it up here into little nibbler size pieces. Just use my own weird terminology here. But we'll dice up a few more slices into smaller pieces. And you'll see in a second what I have planned for these. Now, I'm not like following a recipe or anything for this. I'm just kind of winging everything, but it turns out really well. And I haven't really had like jalapeno and salmon together, but as it turns out, it's a really delicious combination. So, dice up another one here. This might be the last one. Let's see. And yep, there we go. So, I'm just going to throw this in here, and we're going to assemble our sauce slash glaze to put on the salmon. So I want it to be pretty hot. And we're going to put some soy sauce in there as kind of the bulk of the base. If I had some kind of teriyaki sauce, I would have used that as well. But let's get a bunch of Sriracha sauce in there as well. And you know it's one of my recipes if it has a bunch of crushed red pepper in it. I put that in a lot of the things that I make. And to balance out that spiciness and saltiness, we'll put a fair amount of honey in there as well. I believe that's orange blossom honey. There's like a bunch of different kinds of honeys based on what like flour the bees make it out of. But here we're just mixing it together a little bit. Still kind of very watery, just because mostly soy sauce at this point. And put a little bit more honey in there the sauce like overheat in, I don't know, a pan or some type of thing on a burner, but it works a little bit here. It does help to thicken it up just enough. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on mixing these things and then sampling a little bit until I get the right consistency and flavor that I'm looking for here. Make sure to mix that flour in. Don't want any chunks of flour in there. It's gonna have lots of delicious chunks of jalapeno in there. And it looks like VideoCon has given it the thumbs up seal of approval. Just a few last minute additions there, and it should be good to go. It's thickened up a little bit. It's still kind of watery, but without heating it up, I think that's the best we're going to get here. And it works out fine, but if you want to go super legit, that is one thing you may be able to improve upon, is thickening up the sauce a little bit, or just starting with a teriyaki style sauce instead of a soy sauce. So we'll lay down some aluminum foil, and then we can get our fish onto the pan here. Spray a little Pam here so it doesn't get stuck. And let's get our nice little chunk of salmon here. Pat it down a little bit. This still has the skin on, which doesn't really matter, but seems to work well for baking or whatnot. It looks kind of really red in the video in this light, but it's the normal, delightful pink color. Now we're going to start pouring that sauce on there. So if it was a little bit thicker, it would stay on there a bit better, but as long as we get everything covered to some degree, it should be good to go. Having it run off is kind of inevitable anyway. So this turns out just fine. Try to cover the top and the sides a little bit better. Spread out all those jalapenos there. Don't want to have too spicy of one bite. And let's lay a few slices on top as well, just to look fancy and give it a little bit more kick. Look at this professional 2-slice application technique. Beautiful. Alright, and that is ready for the oven. And what holds the sauce a little bit better is I also keep off camera here, do a few more dunks with the sauce there, and I pour it on top of the slices, and they're able to drop a little bit more of that sauce in them and keep it on top. So here we're preparing a little salad, and I have a couple slices of jalapeno left over, which I dice and put into the salad for no reason really. They're so tiny and so few that they don't really do much, but it was a way of using them, so I figured, why not? Now I'm just gonna cut up a bunch of these little mini peps. They're sweet peppers, so a nice little addition to the salad. Definitely add some color, which is pretty delightful. Kind of slicing them thin like banana peppers. I should probably cut the seeds out on that slice, but I guess I just couldn't be bothered right then. I don't know. I was just like, I'm already eating all those jalapeno seeds. What is a little more gonna do? Got a few more peps here. Our first red boy of the bunch. And these things are good just as a snack by themselves as well. Nice, healthy little snack. And they add some color to the salad, which already has a little bit of color. I like to do either the spring mix or the 50-50, which has like romaine and lots of baby spinach leaves and things like that. More of the more nutritious and tasty green leafy vegetables, not just iceberg lettuce, which doesn't have too much. this one. Or be lazy again. Let's see. It looks like it's going right on in. Alright. I'd recommend probably taking them out. And there we go with that. Let's get this off there, clean up our cutting board, and move on to the cucumber. Lately I've been really enjoying putting sliced cucumber into my salads. My girlfriend said that I'm putting too many, it's too much cuke, but I disagree. I think it's kind of like light and refreshing tasting. But everybody has different taste buds. So this is kind of a ginormous cuke, so a lot's going in, but I'm the one who's eating this, so if I want to use all cuke in here, that's what's going down. Let's see, let's fix this camera angle a little bit. Get that going a little bit nicer there. Yeah, let's cut up the rest of this. I don't end up using the entire thing in here. I keep a little bit separate. Even I have my limits of cuke in one salad. But when I make stuff, I like to make a big meal at the beginning of the week and just kind of do a little meal prepping and have food for dinner and lunch for the week, or for a good portion of it, at least. Throw a few cherry tomatoes in here. This is, I forget what they're called, but the interesting assortment of different size and shapes and colors of cherry tomatoes. And here, by this point, the salmon is not yet in the oven, but I slice up a few, or not a few really, just this one cherry tomato into a handful of slices and put that on top of the salmon as well with the jalapeno slices. And I think that was a good addition. It had a little sweetness to offset, or I don't know if sweetness is the right word, but it kind of offset the spiciness a bit. And here we have some wasabi peas. A good, slightly spicy snack. Grab a little handful of these. I think these are really good. Get that wasabi flavor on them, which is the nice kind of spicy. It's just a little bit of immediate spiciness that, with that like horseradish type heat that just goes right to your nose for like 1 second and then it's gone. Doesn't have a lingering burn in your mouth like a pepper would. Let's get a little handful out here. I think the bag and them themselves oven cooking, so we have a little bit of time to kill. This is not normally what I would do to pass the time, but for the video it's something to do, right? Alright, with those devoured, let's seal these up and continue our culinary adventure. We'll prepare a little dessert to cool our mouths down after our spicy jalapeno baked salmon. So we'll start with some plain fat-free Greek yogurt. I like Greek yogurt, and I'd usually go for this plain or no fat variety just because it's healthy and it's a building block. You can do whatever you want with it to make it more interesting. Back when I was little, I used to think that vanilla yogurt was plain, and then I tried plain yogurt and was like, blah, what is this? Why would someone eat this? But now I like it, so that just shows how your taste buds change. But see, we'll brighten it up here with some raspberries and blackberries. That adds a lot of color. Those raspberries are really vibrant for some reason in the light in this video. And we'll throw some granola in there as well. It's gonna be very good. Have some dried blueberries in there. And we'll just put a little bit of honey on top. And there you go. It's a delicious dessert or snack. Easy to do. And here we go. The finished product, our jalapeno baked salmon. I do some unnecessary zooming here just to give myself some time to talk about it. But I think it came out looking great and tasting even better. I would totally make this again and would recommend it to any of you. If you like hot things, if you don't, or you just want a little bit, you could obviously put less jalapeno, but for me this was a very delicious dinner. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy cooking with Khan, and I'll see you guys next time.